room? I don't know. You didn't want this on.
John, can you turn that down?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Isaiah. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hello, Todd and Susan. Mr. Jason and Maria, did I see you guys on here?
You did. Can you hear us?
Oh, there you are. There's that handsome face. Don't hide yourself. Where's your wifey?
She's right here. She's coming.
Oh, awesome. You guys chose a great little spot to sit. Hi, Maria. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Loving the family photo right behind you.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got on the call.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Awesome. What have you guys been up to? Anything exciting?
Oh, gosh. Just prepping for Christmas.
Doing your shopping?
Christmas shopping and all the traveling we're doing over the next
You want to listen to this? I'm going to put it on.
You're so good. I need you to
come sit over here.
me. I haven't begun. I don't know what happened. Who else have we got on here? You're the only one bold enough to show your face, guys. Everybody else is missing.
That was just because Jason doesn't know how to work the Zoom.
That's okay. Listen, I just hope y'all give me grace because this is my first time doing it too. As a matter of fact, I've got my son sitting here next to me. He's like, Mom, I'll help you. Don't worry.
You look great.
That's awesome.
I'm working on it. None.
Okay, so
Step away. Let me grab my drink.
Already joined by phone. Join audio. Should I join by computer?
does anybody need help out there?
Hey,
Aaron.
I see you're on the call. Good to see. Well, I don't see you. It's good to have you. David Cook, looking mighty fine there, brother.
Thank you.
Where's
So
your
are
wifey?
you? Where'd you go? She's like finishing up dinner, finishing up cooking dinner, so we'll be eating in the middle of this.
That's perfectly fine. That's good. If you'll just give it a few minutes, you guys, we're just going to let people hop on real quick. I apologize. Andy, Mr. Madrid, I'm so glad to have you on the call, my friend.
Likewise.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting me.
Tony is W. It's not. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brian is BROWN.
Annie, I see you're on the call. Glad you were able to make it, my dear.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Leah
W.
Shipman. Leah Shipman, my little sweet friend. I'm so glad you're getting on here and getting educated. Dana, how are you?
What is the W supposed to be?
BROWN.
Dan and Peggy Miller. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're on the call. This is fabulous.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Jane Stack. Glad you're on our call tonight. Hey, listen, we're probably going to be just about 20 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it as short and sweet as possible because I know y'all are busy. We'll give it maybe one more minute here and then we're going to get started. Foley, Dr. Foley,
Aaron,
we have you on the call.
Hey, Aaron, this is Dan Spear. I'm here as well.
Awesome. Glad to have you, my friend. Todd and Susan, pleasure to have you. Miss Virginia.
We're glad to be here, Aaron.
Awesome. All right. Well, you guys, all I ask is that you just give me grace.
Hey, Aaron. I am in the Atlanta airport.
It's good.
Amira. Hello, hello, my dear. New Braunfels around the corner from me, sister.
Hello, hello.
You have to do 3. 1, 2, 3.
So we're gonna get another minute here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. And then if you guys have questions, there's a little chat box, and that's at the bottom. If you go down to the, you guys all should have access to a little chat box. And it's under your more area, and it says chat. You can ask your questions there, and then at the end, we'll try and scroll over and get those questions answered. Okay?
No.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and mute everybody. And then, hold on one second. If you have a really pressing question or there's something that's going on that you needed me to repeat or something, you can go ahead and hit *6, I believe it is, and that will unmute you. Okay? All right, well, we're all in this together. Let's get started. All right. There we go. What's the slide before? Okay, so investing in real estate. We're going to show you how to invest with us. Did you hit record? As well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so many of you guys, for the most part, I know, but we're just going to do a little refresher here. These are my adorable littles, 5 sweet little ones here that make up my life. This here is my handsome little husband. He's amazing. He's got all the kids holding down the fort right now. And then for me, I'm an outdoorsy person. I love to be outdoors. I love to snowboard. Hence, this is a picture here with my oldest daughter snowboarding, and we love to water ski and wakeboard. Super passionate about taking care of the orphan, and this is us here in Haiti, loving on the kids there, and another one over here. About every year or two, we like to go to places such as Belize and Haiti and Nicaragua and Israel, and we just go and love on the less fortunate, and that's what I'm really, really passionate about. And so those play a good integral part of my life. And then in the corner, my other passion is chiropractic and working with families and kids and so forth. And I love chiropractic, don't get me wrong, but I'm super uber passionate about real estate. I love that you can just touch it, you can feel it, and everybody always needs a place to live, right? Many of you know that I've been involved in single family residences for my husband and I for many, well, I don't know, we're going on, I think, 4.5 years now. But when we first started the main goal, we laid that foundation that we knew that in due time, our goal was to scale up to the multifamily. And we also knew that we wanted to pay it forward, and we wanted to be able to take others along for the ride with us. And just really help everybody to make it a win-win for everybody, right? So tonight we're going to share a little bit of that with you, a little bit about our business model and our team that we've got, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully it doesn't bore you too much. It's exciting for us, and I hope you guys find it just as exciting. So moving on. Okay, so who is this for? Anyone who wants to build their wealth. Those who want to generate cash flow, have passive income, a nice good stream of income, their life regardless of their current job, their education, their age, or your background. And don't feel like a fool. Some people are like, well, what the heck is passive income? Listen, passive income gets me excited because you literally, it doesn't require your sweat labor. That's what it is. You want to be asleep and have money working for you, and you're earning without you having to do anything. Therefore, the more streams of income you have, the more freedom that creates. Hence, this is for those who want financial freedom as well. Moving on, in the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to talk about how to build wealth, even if you don't know how or where to even start, or even if you don't even have prior knowledge for that matter, or experience with investing at all. It's literally, with my husband and I, we love to help others to attain, especially with the properties. They never thought it was possible, right? And so for us to be able to show them the ropes how to do that is super rewarding for us, as well as just acquiring and obtaining real estate ourselves. How you can increase your cash flow, no matter what the current job is or occupation that you have, and or how much money you're currently making. And at the end, or closer toward the end of the presentation, I'm going to share with you a little bit more about that, and it may get you very excited, as it did my husband and I about 4 years ago when we found out about a secret way to invest that the average person knows nothing about. Okay, so I'm not sure why those lines are going through my screen, but anyhow, moving on. What we will learn, why multifamily real estate is such a spectacular investment. And then our investment strategy, and why we love Texas, But why we love Houston, Texas. Wink, wink. It's because our next property that we're buying is actually in Houston, Texas. So we are very passionate about all areas in Texas because in Texas, we go big. So, and then we're also going to talk about investing with your 401k and or your IRA. So, and then the last one is invest with us. So who we are. Hey, Ty, is there any chance you can help me move this over? I'm using my sweet 14-year-old son who is Mr. Intelligent, super smart dude. Okay, so anyways, who we are. 180 property investments. And the reason we named ourselves 180 property investments is because we plan to take a property and walk in and do a 180-degree move with it, which we're going to talk more about that in just a bit. The 180 property investments was founded this year. And the principal managing partners are members of a highly respected RE mentor group. And my husband and I have been a part of it for a year and a half. And they're the most incredible, amazing, like-minded people to work with. It's been such an incredible journey. But the assets we secure are specific to our investors' goals. So at a minimum, the investment projects we target are designed to increase in equity over the next 3 to 5 years. So it's comprised of the Hudson team, which I know you know a lot about us already, but we've been at it for about 4 years. We've acquired 26 rental properties. We currently have 25 rental properties. We love those, but we know that there's even something greater. My husband's been in the mortgage industry for quite some time, and now also we together are just really focused on moving in this direction with the multifamilies. And then on top of that, we've done a little over 220 transactions, buy and sell transactions in the last 4 years. And so it's kind of just a natural process for us to transition over to multifamily. After I'm done with this one, will you bring that back up? And then we have the Mano team. Let me tell you, we have got the most incredible partners to work with, and their names are John and Cindy Mano, and they're the founders of the first virtual brokerage in the country. And as a matter of fact, John's got 20 years of experience with residential and commercial real estate. And he has his license in California, Colorado, Washington, Texas. And then Cindy, who's also had 25 years in hospital management. Now listen, a lot of us come from that same arena of business building with our coach. And let me tell you, they are, John is the most incredible emerald you've ever met. He is very, very emerald. And then he's got this sweet wife, Cindy, who is a pearl. And it is amazing how the four of us just really balanced each other out. And it's been an amazing partnership. The thing that is really beautiful about who else we have on our team is we actually have a general contractor and construction manager who's been in the industry for over 30 years. His name's Kenneth Garner. And he has done all residential, he's done commercial, multifamily in Florida, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas. And the beauty with, and then we've also got our attorney who's incredible as well. His name's Jacob Maharo. He's a successful real estate attorney in California for the last 10 years. And he specializes more in real estate mergers, acquisitions, business, securities aspects, and with contracts, employee, labor law. And he's worked for the California Department of Real Estate. He also was one of the 10 best real estate law attorneys in 2018 and 19. So we've got a pretty incredible team. But I will tell you, I love the fact that we have partnered with our attorney and the general contractor, and they physically are on our team. We're not just hiring them to do a job or to replace some cabinets. They literally are on our team, meaning that every transaction that we do, they actually benefit from and have a portion of ownership. So we are excited to have them on our team as well. Can you bring that back for me? Mm-hmm. Okay, so our mission at 180 Property Investments is committed to helping people and clients to acquire strong investments that meet their long-term financial strategy. So we ensure our clients' specific needs and investment goals are satisfied while maintaining a solid long-term relationship. So in addition, we also strive to help improve the lives of our citizens by providing housing that is high quality, safe, clean, and at various price points to improve and meet the needs of our communities. Okay, so why multifamily real estate investments? Okay, so how many of you guys have played the classic real estate game, Monopoly? The Monopoly investment board game. So you tell me, what was better, the greenhouses or the red hotels? It's not a trick question, right? I think we all wanted the red hotels, right? Why? It's the same principle with the multifamilies. The more doors, the more money, right? So with multifamily real estate investment, applies the same principle. The more number of units, they call it units/doors, leads to higher higher profits for our investors. So better returns than the CDs and the savings accounts. I could definitely say that. And not to dog or bad talk anybody that does the stock market, that's fantastic, but there's just less volatility than the stock market. And again, it goes back to, I want to touch it, I want to see it, I want to feel it. Real estate, somebody's got to live someplace, right? Okay, so now we're going to get into it a little bit. So this is how we do it. We seek out undervalued and underperforming properties. So undervalued can mean like we have a property that maybe is, one of our comps is $80,000 a door, and we're able to find a property that is being sold for $65,000 a door. So it's undervalued, and perhaps it's underperforming. Underperforming means that basically maybe the market rents are, let's just say $700 a door, but for whatever reason, the property that we're looking at is only at $625 a door. Okay, well that's an underperforming property. Or maybe the property manager that lives in there is not a great property manager. Or maybe the owner that owns it is the property manager and doesn't really know how to take care of a property. Those are really bad things, but not for somebody that's interested in buying a property. That's a great thing for us, a great problem to have. So we purchase these assets at or under market value. Then we bring in the specialized teams of boots on the ground that are professionals to improve, like curb appeal. They install interior upgrades, like it could be taking the carpet out and putting in stick down wood flooring, or maybe new faces on the cabinet. That would be considered an install for interior upgrade. Or even maybe correct some of the deferred maintenance that's going on with the property. So then we sell the asset as a stabilized income producing property. Okay, so I want you to understand the plan of operation. This is really cool. I like graphs. I'm a super visual person, so I thought you guys might like this as well. So follow with me for a second. Bring this back up. Step one is to raise funds, right? And so reaching out to you guys is a way for you guys to get in as an equity partner on our deal. So basically we have to raise funds for the property, and then we acquire the property, which is step two. And then step three, we start those capital improvements that we talked about, whether it be the flooring or the cabinets or something on the outside type of thing. Number four, we then optimize the management. So we obviously don't want a manager that's in there that's like best friends with all the tenants and never wants to raise their rent and is super lovey-dovey kind all the time. Don't get me wrong. Of course, we want to be nice and kind to everybody that we meet, but sometimes people that are really nice can get taken advantage of. And so we want to optimize that management. Step five would be to increase the rents and decrease the expenses. Now, let me explain something to you for a minute. When we have single family residences, right, and we want to sell a single family resident, it basically is a matter of what are the comps? What is it comping out at? What is the neighbor's house selling for, right? And that kind of will price out what you can sell your home for. The beauty in multifamily will knock your socks off. Check this out. It has nothing to do with comps, not one bit. That is why we are so obsessed with decreasing those costs and increasing the rents, right? Because the value of a property is solely dictated on the income that it produces. The higher you get that profit to be at the end of the year, the higher the value is of your property. I hope this is making sense to you. I wish you had like an emoji and you could like wave to me and be like, yeah, this is good. Anyhow, step six. So then our plan is to operate that property for 3 to 7 years. And then step seven, we refinance or sell the property, depending on what is the best move, right? Okay, moving on to the next one, folks. I hope y'all aren't falling asleep on me. Next one, how are properties classified? I don't want to confuse you too much, but I'd like you to know kind of what it is that we are looking for. So basically an A property is a property that is 10 years or newer, okay? And a B property, this is considered a class, a B class property is a property that's built 1980s or newer. And then last, a C class property is built in 1979 or a little bit older. Now, I will tell you, we stay away from the D properties. D, right, stands for drugs. We want to stay away from those properties because usually there's problems there, right? So what we like to purchase is, ideally, we would love a C property in a B area, right? So we like to purchase B or C properties is what we're looking for. All right, program. Go ahead, yeah. So here's what we do. We find the property. We secure the funds in an escrow account. We buy the property, upgrade it, as we talked about, and have it professionally managed. Number 4, we receive monthly cash flow from the property. Number 5, you receive a quarterly check from the cash flow. Number 6, we sell the property and return your funds. Plus, you guys get to win on the appreciation from the building. All right, and then what are we gonna do? Some people call it, with single family properties, they call it let's rinse and repeat. And we just say the cycle continues. You come back around to number 1. All right, now we talk about returns. We like to seek at least a 7% annual return for our investors, and then an 15 to 18 internal rate of return. Now, some people will say, well, what the heck is an internal rate of return? So I just want to be very clear with you. Let's just say we hold that property for 5 years. If we were to talk about what the return is over that 5-year time frame, we are shooting for that 15 to 18% return. And I can tell you from experience with our other friends and other sponsors and the other team members, they can do this with no problem. Significant appreciation in the value of the building, and that leads again to that grand finale when it comes time to sell. So also, there's the tax advantages of owning real estate, and then also it's again about diversifying. You may already own single family residences, and then you get to scale up to the multifamily and diversify your portfolio. And then again, lastly, investor seasoning. So now all of a sudden you get to take part and you are an owner in, let's say, a 100-unit apartment building. At the end of the day, yes, you do not own all 100% of the apartment building, but guess what? Nobody's gonna ask you at the bank, well, what percentage of ownership do you have on that apartment building? The thing is, you're getting in on the game. Okay, so why we love Houston? Yes, we love Texas, but we are really attracted to Houston right now. Opportunity, Houston, hot prosperity. The time is now. So we're gonna talk about some points here. So check this out, in Houston, the approximate number of city of Houston residents is 2.3 million. Houston is the nation's 4th most populous city right now. They've got 6.8 million residents in the 9 counties that are right around Houston. 5,000 Houston companies that are doing business abroad, 1,000 Houston firms. Whoops, sorry. And then we have 54.1 million Houston airport passengers in 2017. That kind of blew my mind. And then we're the first in foreign tonnage for 21 straight years, the largest Gulf Coast container port, and 2nd in total tonnage for 25 straight years. There's just a lot going on. They have $1 billion being poured in right now to the area. And then if we look at this map, I don't want to confuse you too much, but you're going to see over here Houston. And you're going to see this wheel, and this is the recoveries. Right here, they're in the recovery. Houston is. This is probably the best place to be right now because it's at the very bottom and it's just starting to really expand and go up. And so there's decreased vacancy rates right now. There's very low to new construction, and a lot of there's moderate employment growth. So really, our goal is to take it from this recovery and get it all the way to go around this expansion rate. And right now, because there is a need for housing, it just means those unit prices or the door prices of the apartment to rent are just starting to go up and up and up and up. So we're trying to capture right now, friends, at this low portion so we can really ride that gravy train. So anyhow, Houston's population is set to increase by 500,000 in the next 4 years from 18 to 2021. And then only 18,000 new multifamily units are scheduled to be built in this area. So you can take a look at this later, and I'm happy to send this whole PowerPoint over to you as well. But you'll see here, we've circled up 508,000 over the next 4 years, and there's only housing for 18,212 when it comes to apartment buildings or units, right? Let's be real with ourselves. Not everybody wants to live in an apartment building. Okay, we get that. But 18,000 spots with a population of this, that's quite incredible. So definitely growth going on there. Characteristics of a good market. So obviously being by a college town is definitely awesome. State capitals, big box retail, the health hub, strong leadership, major interstates, and then you also want to have that apartment building be by an airport with at least one major carrier. The population, you want to be in an area where there's at least 100,000 folks around. There's some growth, shopping hub. And then, as I was telling you in the beginning, I said investing with your IRA and your 401k. So this is a really, and some of you may totally know, and so I could be very well boring you, but for others out there, you may not have a clue. So we're here to, again, educate and keep you in the know, just as somebody did with us. This is a savvy and advantageous way to purchase real estate and build wealth strictly, really, for retirement. It yields incredible tax benefits that compare to no other. And then people tend to invest in stock and mutual funds without the knowledge that real estate is even an option. This can be ideal because many people are in a lower tax bracket when the distribution time comes. So just for an idea, about 4 years ago when we got started in buying our single family residences, and I don't know, maybe it was 6 years ago when I kind of heard this and I went, no way, this is incredible. This is like a game changer. I got so like glued to it that I was getting book after book after book, and I was reading about how to put your IRA to work and have checkbook control and that type of thing. And it blew my mind, and I thought, well, why is nobody else doing this? Why does nobody talk about it? And I think that, I hate to say it, but sometimes people just want to be sheeple. They just want to follow what everybody else is doing, which is okay. But I thought, we've got to educate ourselves for our family. And so what we did is we ended up putting our Roth IRA to work. Different than the IRA and the 401k, but just for a quick little one, your Roth IRA, you're paying taxes on your seed money today. And with your IRA and your 401k, you're deferring it and paying it when you get the distributions, if that makes sense. So with my husband and I, we said, well, shoot, we would rather pay taxes on the seed money, and to each their own. Everybody's a little bit different, right? But long story short, we ended up buying 7 properties with our Roth IRA. And the Roth IRA in particular, you can only contribute $5,500, and I think if you're a certain age, you can contribute $6,000. You only can tap out at that max amount for contributions, but your earnings can be exponential. So with 7 rental properties, I mean, you can bring in 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 off your earnings from that property, and it has nothing to do with your contribution limit. So anyhow, that was super exciting when I found that out. It was like, I felt like I was a kid in a candy store. So here's the scoop. We're purchasing a property in Houston. We have signed a non-disclosure agreement, right? So as soon as we're able to share all the details about this property, we will be putting together another call, most definitely. If we've shared so far and it piques your interest, follow up with an email. We'd love to hear from you, and you can just say, yes, you're in, or no, you're not, and that's okay too. We will have you sign an accredited investors form. And what that is basically we have to stay compliant with the SEC and have you sign the accredited investors form. And then that allows us to discuss the property package that we are going to discuss with you next week. But anyhow, just for an idea as well, I want to share with you, because some people get really confused on what this accredited investor is, like how do you qualify? So just for a heads up, if you are single, it's $200,000 of income you have to earn a year for 2 years. If you're married, it's $300,000. Okay, that's one qualification factor that you can meet it by. The next is if you have if you have $1 million in net worth, that's another qualifying factor. That doesn't mean you have to meet both. It's just one of the 3 that I'm sharing with you. Or the third is you just have to be an experienced investor, meaning that you have to have counsel or from yourself and be business savvy or financial savvy. And it's really just a protection, right? To make sure that we are attracting the right people to invest with us and that type of thing. So anyhow, that is that. And then on our next presentation, we're going to present the investment opportunity. We're going to share with you the analysis of the submarket. And at the end of the day, the strategy is turn the building around, create dynamite returns for our investors. And we want to take you along for the ride if it so interests you. And if not, that's okay. Either way, let's see if we have some questions perhaps that we can answer. If anybody's got some for us. Give me one sec here. Y'all are so nice. Thank you. You're making me smile. Okay, yes, this will be recorded. I'm hoping I did it right, and I am happy to share the recording with you so you can study that. I'm happy to get you the PowerPoint because I think I have to send that separately. Just let me know if you so desire it. And Sonia, thank you so much. I'm glad that it made sense to you. I hope it made sense to everybody else. And let's see. Andy, thank you. Dr. Hudson, you're doing a great job. You guys are too nice. Okay, here comes the question. When you say, okay, so I don't want to confuse you. Look, I'm getting all heated up here. Okay, so when you say invest with your IRA, does it mean take a loan from your IRA or use the monthly contributions into the IRA to invest in the opportunity? So just to kind of give you a little bit of idea, when I read that book, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I didn't even know you could do this. We didn't have enough money in there to even buy anything, like to buy a property. We weren't at that caliber, right? But I will tell you, we had another party that I had talked to, and they needed money for a deal that they were doing. And so we were like the bank to them. We were the lender for them, and I think it was like $40,000 or something. We loaned to them and put it to work, and then we got the proceeds, the interest, and it came back in, and that grew our account for 2 years, right? So we could get into the game. So I think if that's what you're asking, yeah, so it's basically you're purchasing property with your IRA, your Roth IRA, your 401k. We can have a more one-on-one if you want more information about it. I love that stuff. So yeah, that definitely is possible. And then what happens on that, I don't need to go too far in depth with it, but so your payouts when you receive, right, from the rents coming in and the proceeds of the property, if you happen to be an equity investor, literally it would not be able to touch your hands. So the property manager would send that to your IRA company, and it would go right in your account, and then you can always see it on the portal with your IRA company, as well as the statements that we provide. We will have a portal online that is incredible that you will be able to see at a click of a button, and it's time at whatever, it's like in time right there. How much investment do we need to make? $50,000 is our minimum. So we're looking to take on partners. I did say it's first come, first serve according to when we get those investor forms back. I will tell you we've gotten, I think, 27 investor forms. And I will tell you, we are not looking to go small. We are looking to go big, and we want everyone to win with us. So we will find a way to help you out if you are deadly serious about it. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Everybody helping one another so that we can all get in the game and have a great experience. Dana, can you say the qualifications again? If you're, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming you're talking about the accredited investor. I'm assuming, so let me just repeat that really quick. $200,000 if you file your taxes separately for 2 years. If it is filed jointly, it has to be $300,000 income for 2 years that you earn, or you have to have $1 million in net worth. Or the third one, which is a lot of them, it's called experience, and basically you have yourself or you have counsel, meaning like your accountant or somebody, a family member that is very wise and business savvy, that is business savvy, business and financially savvy. So, and it's literally a check mark on the form. And so they just want to make sure you're not going to somebody on the street and saying, hey, invest with me type of thing. So we really want to stay within the parameters of the SEC and compliant, and so we just have to have those filled out before we can discuss anything. So I know a lot of you have filled them out, so thank you so much for sending those in. It's super exciting. Yes, Andy, I'm happy to send you the presentation. Let's see. This is not a REIT, not at all. And Jason, we can talk separately because I don't want to confuse a bunch of people. but it's not a bunch of people pulling their money together. With a REIT, you do not get depreciation, which you will get a depreciation. Just like it's a house that you're buying as an investment, you can write off the depreciation. You will be able to write off all the depreciation. You have a piece of ownership in the whole apartment building. Like literally you're on the note. So it's yours. It's not a REIT. A REIT, you cannot write off the depreciation, and there's a few other things that make it a much poorer choice. And we can talk about that later. Yes, I will send you the PowerPoint. Hi, Neil, I just love you. Wonder Woman. Hi, Wonder Woman. Please send us more information. Yes, I will gladly do that, Neil. By the way, you're a joy to work with. Kelly Kennedy, I miss your face. Okay, hi, Erin. Great job. For somebody just looking to get started in investing in real estate, would you recommend the single-family residences focusing on cash flow, or this multifamily opportunity with some cash flow, but also appreciation potential? Listen, it's pretty, for people that are getting started, there's some people that are really like, I want that single family residence. I like the single family residence. As a matter of fact, I had a gentleman that had called me to invest and buy some single family residences, and he had a 40-unit apartment building, and he just said, you know, I don't have anybody to take care of it. I don't really want to do it. I would rather buy single family residences. And it's very rare that you see people going down. It's mostly people going up to apartment buildings, but it's whatever is, whatever you have a temperature for, really. I just know for me that this is the direction that I want to go. There's something really exciting about having 40 doors and one roof versus 26 doors and 26 roofs, if you get my gist. So to each their own. It really just depends. There's no right or wrong whatsoever, but we can talk more about that too, Kelly. Do you have a preliminary time you may need to be ready? Okay, do we have a timeline of when we may be ready? Do you have a preliminary timeline when we may need to be ready to invest? I would say, regardless if you're interested, let us know. We'll always find a way to figure out how we can make it work for you. But I would say more to plan for January, end of January. February is when most likely we'll be closing on the property, probably February, in February. The investment structure you're offering, Jane, I love you. Right to the point, my little New Yorker. Okay, listen, that's gonna definitely be on the next call, and I can't wait to delve into that, because when you see the structure we're offering, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, we're giving more percentage of ownership to our equity investors. So we are definitely making it a win for you all. And so you'll be hearing from us. If you guys are still interested, you shoot me that email, and I'm gonna put you on that list to be on that call that we're gonna have. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Jason, great, please send presentation. I'm happy to do so. So yes, each investment, $50,000. Yep, $50,000 is the minimum. And I think that's it. You guys are just giving me saying such kind words. I love it. Okay. Jay, typically, what's the investment structure? Typically, an accredited investor designation is only required for those offering alternative investment classes like a hedge fund, venture capital, private. Jane, you're so smart. I can't wait to talk with you. Okay. Would love the slides. Happy to send it. Virginia, thank you. I think I look pretty cute too. Let's see. The investors will make more money than you. Heck yeah, it is awesome, isn't it, Andy? That's right. We got to make sure everyone's well taken care of. Jason, I love somebody that knows what they want. Jason says, we are really ready to go! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Foley, Dr. Foley, I hope you had a great day working on patients today. I really appreciate you. You and your wife are so stinking sweet. Okay, email address. How in the heck? I already passed that on my slide. Okay, listen, here's the email address. I'll say it really slow. Okay, Hudson team, y'all, Hudson, Hudson, team, TEAM, at 180pi.com. The PI is for property investment. So I'm sending that over right now. I think everybody will be able to see that, I hope. Or no, that was private. Anyhow, so listen, if you guys need anything else, I'm happy to help. Shoot me an email. I gave you that email. Tell me what your temperature is of it. If you didn't like it and there was something you'd like to see me change, I'm always up for constructive criticism. I think that's fabulous. And then if you want the slides, go ahead and send me an email. I'll get that over to you. And I look forward to working with you. And I hope that I catch you on that next call. Let me know if you'd like me to get you linked on that. And we'll go from there. I so appreciate each one of you. I love you. Thanks for being in my life. And I can't wait to work together with you. Have a good one. Peace out. I think it's right here. Tony.